Pacers have reached the backstretch, and they are underway. Quick start, center of the track for Sport and a Crush takes the early lead by 3 parts of a length. Inside, Joyful Hanover moves up. Also, Make It Right is getting closer there in third, about 2 back out, 3 wide. Looking for a spot there is Big Weekend. And it's Beatrice Hanover away 5th, and Bling Hanover the early trailer. So right now, a 2-length lead for Sport and a Crush, although now on the outside, Make It Right ranging up to try to take that lead away. They come to the quarter-mile marker in 27 even. And onto the front stretch now, there is Tim Tetrick with Make It Right, working her way forward and take that lead away from the first-time starter, Sport and a Crush. Single file goes to Joyful Hanover third. Big Weekend is the 2-5 favorite. She's sitting fourth, about 5 back from Magic Kelly, saving ground as they move to the turn. Beatrice Hanover fifth and Bling Hanover at the back of the pack. So nobody off the pylons at the moment. They mosey around the turn with Make It Right leading the way as she works her way to the half mile in 56-3, 29-3 second panel. So leisurely pace through the front stretch. On the back stretch, it's Make It Right, still under wraps for Tim Tetrick. Sport and a Crush right in behind her in the pocket, then Joyful Hanover. And now Big Weekend gets in gear with the first over move, but she's still about 5 away for Kakali. She's coming up quick, though. Behind that live cover, Bling Hanover. Beatrice Hanover moves closer at the back of the pack. Make It Right leads it, but big pressure from Big Weekend just ahead away as they come to 3/4, 125-3, 29 even third panel. Soft middle of this race. Right now the lead just a nose for Make It Right. Big Weekend still coming on strong. Sport and a Crush hoping to make another move further back to Bling Hanover outside. Joyful Hanover inside. Top of the stretch. Big Weekend battling now with Make It Right. Big Weekend takes a slight lead inside Sport and a Crush, but Big Weekend not to be denied, just gliding up first over. Joyful Hanover coming on strong, but Big Weekend will hold and win it by a head. Joyful Hanover closes well to second, followed by Sport and a Crush third, Bling Hanover fourth. Big Weekend, Matt Kakali at odds on in 153-4. The Pacers have reached the backstretch, and they are underway. And it's Say Goodnight stepping out towards the inside for a slight lead. Sandy Boots Yankee right with her down at the pylon. Say Goodnight now working her way all the way past to clear. So Sandy Boots Yankee in the pocket, followed by Lovebug Hanover third, then Always Be Rosie, Poppy Nose fifth. And at the back is Lions Hooked Up, and she's about 10 away as the trailer in this 6-horse field. They're stretched out a bit from front to back. The leader is Say Goodnight as they round the turn to the quarter-mile marker, getting there in 29 even. Front stretch bound now, there is Say Goodnight. Matt Kakali guiding her. She is the 3-5 favorite, and she's on top by a length now over Sandy Boots Yankee. It's another 2.5 then to Lovebug Hanover sitting third. Nobody moving to the outside. You've got Always Be Rosie fourth. She's followed by Poppy Nose, and at the back, Lions Hooked Up, and she's about 9 away. So nobody really making a move here yet, and so Say Goodnight able to dictate the pace here, uncontested to the half, which she reaches 58-1, 29-1 second panel. Wind helping on the back stretch as they move to the straightaway. Say Goodnight. Matt Kakali mellow in the bike, right behind Sandy Boots Yankee, another 2 to third, and Lovebug Hanover pace has picked up considerably past 5/8 now. Fourth there is Always Be Rosie, then Poppy Nose, and Lions Hooked Up at the back, and still nobody moving off the pylons here. They're still in line behind Say Goodnight. She gets to the 3/4 mile marker, 126-2, 28-1 third panel. Say Goodnight by a length. Sandy Boots Yankee has been eyeing up that move from the pocket all race long. 2 back to third. Lovebug Hanover coming up. Further back to Always Be Rosie, fourth, about 5.5 away. Top of the stretch, Say Goodnight leads by a length and 3/4. Sandy Boots Yankee moves to the inside. Outside, Lovebug Hanover, but it's Say Goodnight holding steady here. One last lunge, Sandy Boots Yankee, but Say Goodnight gets it done. Gate to wire here, wins by 3 parts of a length. Sandy Boots Yankee second, Lovebug Hanover third, Poppy Nose fourth. Matt Kakali again, this time with Say Goodnight in 153-4. The Pacers have reached the backstretch, and they are underway. Dominican Sunshine steps out for a slight lead early. Kissed by a Stranger goes along with her, and now Kissed by a Stranger takes the lead over Dominican Sunshine. It's Me Angelita moving into third, about 3.5 away, followed by Tall Dark Tequila. Getting Hungry is fifth past the 8th mile marker. Then comes Midnight Party, and the early trailer is Lions I Wanna Chip, and she's about 10 1/4 off the lead. Kissed by a Stranger on top as the field of 7 rolls around the turn to the quarter-mile marker. They're there in 29 1. Kissed by a Stranger out in front early for Yannick Gingras. Pocket belongs there to her stablemate, Dominican Sunshine. Then comes Call Me Angelita, coming off a win at Harris. That's the 3 to 5 favorite, about 2.5 back for Tim Teedrick. On the inside, still fourth there is Tall Dark Tequila, followed by Getting Hungry. Kelly trying to sweep the All-Stars divisions tonight. It's sixth there, Midnight Party, in the trailer, Lions I Wanna Chip. So no change in the order as they hit the second panel in 58 2, 29 1. Second verse, same as the first there. Both panels 29 1 as they move to the back stretch. The lead length for Kissed by a Stranger over Dominican Sunshine, staying very close. Another length and a half then to third, and Call Me Angelita. Tall Dark Tequila is fourth. She's about 5.5 away. Behind her, Getting Hungry. And then a Midnight Party and the trailer, Lions I Wanna Chip. No change in the order yet, really, since the front stretch. The lead a length for Kissed by a Stranger, 3/4, 126 4, 28 2, third panel. Kissed by a Stranger leads, and now from third comes Call Me Angelita. She has to make up 3, but she's moving up there. Dominican Sunshine still on the inside. Further back to Tall Dark Tequila, 4.5 away fourth. Top of the stretch, Kissed by a Stranger trying to fend off Call Me Angelita. Kissed by a Stranger, Yannick Gingras. Call Me Angelita, Tim Teedrick. These two battling. Call Me Angelita. Kissed by a Stranger, it's tight, it's Call Me Angelita up by a head. Kissed by a Stranger, everything but. Tall Dark Tequila third, Getting Hungry fourth. Call Me Angelita, 153 4.